Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charific coming at you with another Pokemon movie analysis. Although this time it's not necessarily a movie, it's another TV special, and I am joined with Weeb Rabbit.
Weeb Rabbit, the artist, for the YouTuber formerly known as Wannabe Reviewer. I love that, like
Yes,
Prince, the
yeah,
artist formerly known as Prince, the YouTuber formerly
formerly
known as Wannabe Reviewer.
nice.
But yes, I'm here, and as I had said, if anyone's watching these in order, maybe the playlist or something, I had mentioned that we were not moving to the next movie, that we actually, before heading to the next region, we were going to cover a TV special that came out around the end of Ash's time with May and Max. And sure enough, we are covering Pokemon, the Mastermind of Mirage Pokemon. And I guess the reason I said Misty is because Misty actually makes a appearance. But with that being said, I'll let Charific kind of explain the synopsis. And if he misses anything, I'll just jump in. So
Yes, but before that, I'm going to preface this by saying that there will more than likely not be any movie shown because, like I like to say, the big corporations don't like my tiny YouTube channel taking away from their views, so they copyright my stuff when I show their movies. So there more than likely won't be anything. If it is, it'll be quick clips. So, now that we're done with that, let's dive into the quick synopsis. So basically, it starts off Ash is reading a letter. He's got Brock, May, and then the annoying kid with him. They're going to Dr. Young's castle. They get there. Misty and Professor Oak are already there. Dr. Dr. Oak. Dr. Young comes out and is like, "Oh, I'm done with my Mirage Pokemon now." He unveils them, and they're basically just hacked Pokemon. They're like he takes data and just literally just makes them. They're like holograms. They have a quick battle. He shows that his holograms are superior to real Pokemon, and then out of nowhere, Mr. Mirage shows up, kidnaps Dr. Young, and also kidnaps Oak in the process. So the kids get away. Brock leaves to find Officer Jenny. May and Max stand by for lookout while Misty and Ash go in. They get kidnapped, of course. Um, May and Max also find their way in, and that's when the big showdown happens. Mr. Mirage blackmails Oak into giving him the password to his data. He creates
or
a
else
Mewtwo.
he'll
Yeah,
hurt Pikachu,
yeah,
basically.
or else he'll hurt Pikachu. So Oak decides, yeah, let's just forget about the world for this one Pikachu. So he gives him the password. He makes the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo is like super buffed. And I didn't mention there's also a Mew that, Mr.
It's just
Mirage.
hanging around for some reason.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
some
just hanging
prior
around.
experiment. It's barely explained, honestly. It's
Yeah,
just, oh,
it's
it's a failed
literally not
experiment.
explained. Like
Yeah.
it's not shown how he has the data for Mew, but not for Mew too. But the Mew is there. That's all that matters. Mr. Mirage is unveiled as Dr. Young, and he's gonna use Mewtwo and his Mirage Pokemon to take over the world. Basically, he takes all the data and throws it into Mewtwo, but the
So Mewtwo can
Mew
use like any move.
yeah, yeah. So Mewtwo can use any move possible, and for some reason Mew wasn't affected, and Mew was able to like withhold Mewtwo for just long enough for the gang to like defeat him, and then apparently that also like erases all the data for the Mirage Pokemon for some reason. Because it was all poured into Mewtwo, and when they beat Mewtwo, that was just it. It got deleted, I guess. And then his castle starts to blow up. Oak is like, "Hey, it's time to face the consequences for your actions." He's like, "Nah, I'll pass. I got more work to do on my Mirage Pokemon." He goes back into the castle, and that's it. Officer Jenny shows up and is like, "Yeah, we don't know where he went," and that's
And then
the end of
Ash,
the.
I literally love the last line of the movie is Ash going to Pikachu. Uh, Mew was pretty cool, wasn't he, Pikachu? Pika Pika. And he looks up into the sky, and that's how the movie ends.
Yes, that's how it ends. So much like Mewtwo Returns, this was this was unnecessary, man. I don't know why they did this. Maybe
All
this
right,
is
so
why this is the second
I have
one.
some background I can provide.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason that they made this is that basically they wanted to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the anime,
Mm,
and they want to do something special for American audiences.
mm,
That's literally what it says if you look it up. It says that basically the English dubbing, instead of it being done by 4Kids Entertainment, it was going to be done by Pokemon USA. That's why all the voices are different, which I will mention
yeah.
later. And basically, yeah, it's just like they were changing voices around. They thought this was a good place to try them out, I guess. They wanted to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the franchise, and so basically they made this special. And that's why I was gonna say it feels very much like a greatest hit sort of thing,
Mm,
because nothing happens, nothing new happens. There's no new what do you call it? There's no new legendaries. Nothing happens that affects the series at all. It's
nope.
very much a like non-canon, almost fan fiction-y entry, because it was
Yeah.
literally just meant to be like a celebration. That's why we see Mewtwo again. That's why we see Mew again. There's
Yeah.
a part where Dr. Young is blackmailing Oak, and
Mm-hmm.
he's scanning Pikachu's memories, and we see all the legendaries from movie 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just supposed to kind of be like a nod towards where the series, how far the series has come, I guess.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know if you want to get into, I guess before we get into should we do good or bad first? What do you want to start with?
Let's do the bits of good that there are and then go into the bad.
Okay, so good stuff. Like I said, I do kind of like that. It does feel very much like a celebration. Like if you have been a fan of Pokemon up to now, like I said, the fact that there's like the cameos in Pikachu's memories of all the legendaries was cool. I guess the fact that they brought Mew and Mewtwo back, that's a nod towards like, the first
Mm-hmm.
movie. The fact that they brought Misty back, because
Yes.
this was deep in the territory of Ash traveling with, May and Max. So the fact that Misty comes back, that's definitely special.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a huge nod to like the first few seasons. So like that was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think that's basically
Um,
it.
yeah, I only have like one major good point, and that's like I do like the concept of the Mirage Pokemon. I thought it was nice. I feel like it would have been cool if it was in like maybe the central plot of an actual movie so that they can dive into it more. But for the most part, like I like how it was literally just him hacking Pokemon. Like this is literally just like because he gave like an aggron, he gave it moves that it couldn't learn, and people were like, whoa, how did that happen? He's like, oh, I can make these know anything, and also I made them really powerful. And it's like, okay, cool, so you're just a cheater. Like that's pretty much all you are.
Yeah.
so and then that's
I
that's
guess
pretty
moving
much
on to the
it. Yeah, let's
bad.
go. You can start with the bad because I feel like
Yeah, one of the things that's super awkward, especially since I haven't really watched the series in forever, I've
mm-hmm,
just been watching the movies in preparation for these reviews.
mm-hmm,
So it does feel very jarring from like the last movie to this special. Hearing all the voices are different. It
mm-hmm,
is very weird. Because basically they replaced everybody except for some of the minor voices like Professor Oak, I
yes,
think. So everyone's voice just sounds really off.
mm-hmm,
And in the case of May and Misty, I think the same lady does the voice of both.
mm-hmm,
And so it makes it even funnier that like at least with Misty you can kind of tell she's trying to use more of like a youthful like girl voice, right?
yeah.
But with May sounds like she's supposed to be like some 25-year-old girl or something. Like her voice just seems really off.
Just super
Like they're not even trying
mature
to
for the
pretend she's a
character.
child. She sounds like she's
Yeah.
supposed to be like some 25-year-old like co-ed or something. It's really
Yeah.
weird.
And then let's talk about because I also noticed that something was off with Brock's voice also. Like it just didn't sound right. And then the biggest noticeable difference was Ash. Like normally, because like Ash the when I don't know who they got to voice act him for Hoenn, but it always sounded off. But here it just sounded especially off. Like it didn't even sound close to anything of what he sounds like in any other series, man. And like, oh my gosh, like I'm not sure what the heck happened when it came to the voice acting for
That's what I'm
this.
telling you. This is where they changed all the voices around.
Mm,
And a lot of people were actually upset. Like if you go to the Wikipedia page for this movie,
mm-hmm.
it even says that a lot of these actors had been doing the voice for like 8 years at this point,
Yeah.
and it says it was actually like a big controversy among fans
Oh
that out of
wow.
nowhere they're just like, yeah, let's just like recast everybody, and everyone just has like a new voice for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like out of nowhere, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And then
So I would say the voices were really awkward.
mhm.
The animation was done. The animation was like really sloppy too. It feels really like low budget. And once
Yeah.
again, same thing. It's because it was done by like a studio that hadn't worked on Pokemon before.
Mhm.
So this was like it's weird. Like they really wanted to do something special as a celebration, but like what they chose to do was like, let's make this fan fiction-y, inconsequential, low budget special where
Yeah.
we like change all like the voices around and where nothing happens. That's like a weird way to celebrate.
Yeah, and and I guess just moving on from that and going into like some other bad points that like for me, like just the plot is just kind of out of everything's just out of nowhere.
Oh
Like,
yeah, okay. For instance, it starts with Ash reading the letter he got from Dr. Young.
yes.
Who's Dr. Young?
Yeah.
Where did he come from? We kind of get like, you know, that Professor Oak kind of knows him, but
Mm-hmm.
literally, where did he come from? How does he know about all these Pokemon? It
Mm-hmm.
seems like he's not surprised that when he's looking at Pikachu's memories, he's not
Mm-hmm.
surprised that Pikachu has, and I guess by extension Ash, has met all these legendaries.
Yeah.
How did he know? Where did he come from?
Yeah. And then with Mew, we talked about it earlier, but like Mew was just out of nowhere. It's just like a failed experiment, but we don't know how it failed. We don't know when he made Mew, and like how are you able to make Mew but not Mewtwo? And then like why didn't you just get rid of Mew? Like he just like you remember the part where like Mew pops up and Oak is like, "Oh, hello Mew." And then he's like, "Oh, get out of my sight." And then like
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
failed experiment. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
it's like just get rid of him then. If he's a failed experiment, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And then it's kind of weird too. Apparently, Professor Oak also wasn't surprised to see Mew. He also
yeah.
wasn't surprised that Pikachu had seen all these legendary Pokemon.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Just like it just feels like there should have been more backstory, and there just wasn't.
Yeah,
It's just
and
like this guy that shows up out of nowhere. He knows about a bit of like all these like um he knows about all these like legendaries, and he doesn't
yeah,
seem surprised by them, and
yeah, and
I
and
guess kind of like Professor Oak doesn't either, and he kind of has history with this guy, sort
hmm
of.
and it makes sense since Oak and Dr. Young have history for Oak to be there. Like they could have found a way to include Ash because they make it seem like in the beginning when Ash is reading it's like, oh, it's because of my battling skills. And it's like, okay, sure, by this point he has traveled around. I get that. But then why the heck is Misty there? Like Misty has
Yeah,
no
exactly.
reason being there.
And if you look, the Mirage Master, all he's literally doing is he's kind of just showing off his own Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's not like he even needed their Pokemon.
Yeah. So
It's like
like,
really weird. Yeah,
yeah.
Misty's just there, and everyone's just kind of like, "Oh, Misty, you're here. Hi."
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, Ash, I'm also here because of my battling skills." And it's like, "Really?" Like, but why though? Like how do you get like again, like you said, how does he know all these people? Like
Yeah, it's just so
and
random.
if it's because Misty's a gym leader, okay, sure, but then why is she the only gym leader that he could get a hold of to bring here? Like, I don't know, it's just
I don't know.
like
It makes no
they just
sense. It
threw
literally
this
makes no sense.
yeah, they
It's
just
literally
threw it
just
together.
yeah, it's just there for the heck of it. Like nothing makes sense of why these pieces, why these people came together like they
Yeah.
did.
And then
Interesting fact I want to throw out.
okay.
Um, when I was getting ready to watch this,
Hmm.
I was actually mixing part of the plot of this
Hmm.
with an episode called "The Princess and the Togepi,"
Yes, I did
which
the
is the
same
first
thing.
which is the first time that May and Max meet Misty, and that Misty
Yes.
comes back. I was thinking that was this.
Yeah, like I like literally because I think like in a previous video I mentioned I was like, oh yeah, I think this is the special where Misty's Togepi evolves. Then I was watching it and I was like, she doesn't even have the Togepi. Is this afterwards? Now I had to double check it myself to find out that what I was
It's like
thinking of.
this is like 100 episodes after. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was a completely different episode. Like, oh my gosh, like what the
Which is so
heck?
weird because if you look it up in the
Hmm.
episode The Princess and the Togepi, where it's all about them meeting Misty again, she's gonna go to this festival, Togepi's blah blah blah.
Yes.
The place that the Togepis live or whatever, it's called Mirage Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So like,
that's
why would you
why.
not think it's? Why would you not think this stuff's connected? And then
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were gonna like have Misty as a guest star more than like
Hmm.
once either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, neither did I. Like, I was watching this, I was like, oh man, I feel completely freaking stupid now because I confused this with the like the literally the one episode where all this took place. But now that it's not just me, I feel slightly better.
Yeah, it
And
was really funny because I'm like, where's her Togepi? How come Max and May don't seem surprised like they already know her?
yeah,
What's happening? And I looked it up afterwards. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's
yeah,
just that was like 100 episodes before
hmm
where she first shows up. I'm like, that's very strange.
yeah. But and I guess getting close to wrapping up this analysis, I do have just two final points. One of them being Professor Oak at the end. Like I'm not sure what they were going for because like everyone's talking about the artificial Pokemon, and then Professor Oak just comes out and is like, "Oh, the reason why Mew was able to beat Mewtwo is because it had an actual soul." And it's like, okay, how? Like, can you
Yeah, it's like
explain
he
some of
always
this to me?
it's like he always just saw it. He felt that it was more than just an AI program, I guess.
Yeah,
Like, why? Just because it acted cute?
yeah,
Like, because Mew acts cute, so of course an
hmm
AI of it would also act cute. Like, I don't know
yeah,
why you thought it was special compared to the other AI. He just did for some reason. Which
yeah.
once again, maybe if they had explained more, but no, it's
hmm
just
Yeah, and then my final point being they tried to set this thing up for a freaking sequel
oh yeah.
cuz at the end like it's ambiguous as to where Dr. Young went. No one knows. They kind of just forget about it and then that's when Ash is like, "Oh wow, Pikachu, Mew was really cool, huh?" And and then yeah, it's like but then the sequel never happened. So it's just like, why? Like there's no way that you thought that this crap would get a sequel. Like no way. But they did, and now we just have cliffhangers and unanswered questions. So there we go.
Beautiful.
Anything else you want to throw in before I wrap this up?
Literally just go listen to May's voice, man. It sounds weird. It sounds like old like 90s anime bad dubbing. It sounds like it literally sounds like it's like a weird like I don't know. Her voice sounds she's supposed to be like a 25-year-old co-ed. I swear it's so weird. She's supposed to be like the same age as Misty,
Yeah.
and it's like the same person voicing them. But while Misty at least kind of sounds like she's trying to be a kid, May
Hmm.
just sounds like she's supposed to be like this buxom, like like co-ed. She's like older than everybody else. It's so
Oh
weird.
man.
I don't know why it stuck with me. It just did. It was just so awkward. I mean, May doesn't sound like that.
Yeah,
But I
I
think that's
don't
it.
know. Yeah, this is just a mess. Gonna rank this pretty low. but
Right.
I guess Weeby, tell them what we're gonna be doing next.
Okay, so now that we got this detour out of the way, and that's it for the specials too, by the way. There was only the
Yes.
2 specials up to now.
Mm-hmm.
So with that out of the way, we are finally moving on to, let me just make sure, yes. Okay, so we're finally moving on to Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. And this is going to be the last of the advanced, what's it called? Let me just make sure I got the name right.
The advanced
The
series, I think.
advanced generation
Oh yeah.
series, which covers, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. It features, May and Max.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the last one of those before we move on to Diamond and Pearl. So
Yes.
yeah, in this one, I think does it tell us who the legendary is supposed to be?
Manaphy.
Yes, the legendary is supposed to be Manaphy, which I'm actually not too familiar with. So that'll be interesting to go
Yeah,
look at that,
it's
kind of get reacquainted with what all that's about. So
yes. All right, but you heard the man. And if you enjoyed, make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe. Check out Weeb Rabbit. By the time this goes up, he should hopefully have something up. Not going to tell you what it is, but just check him out. And we will see you in the next movie analysis. Bye.
all right, later.